Hello and welcome to Caramel and Coconut Tarot. This is going to be a reading for Virgo sun signs. Yep, Virgo sun signs. So if you're a Virgo sun, this could be the reading for you. It's not for moon sign, it's not for rising sign. Myself, spirit guides, angels are focusing on the collective energy of Virgo sun signs. All right, so it's a general read. And there may be specific fragments of the read that are appropriate for you. Sometimes the whole read might be appropriate for you, but you must trust your heart as to whether it is. All right, so now we've got that out of the way, I'm going to jump straight into the cards. But before I do that, actually, I should tell you the time period for when this reading is for. It's for August 1st all the way through to August 31st, 2023. So it's 1 month. But as I sit here now, I currently sit here in the energy of July 6th, 2023. So we've just come off the quite intense Capricorn full moon. Now, when I say quite intense, it may not have been intense for the microcosm, but for the macrocosm in general, as I look at the energy, there's been some interesting shifts taking place, but I'm not going to bore you with that. I'm just going to jump straight in to your read and see what Spirit has to share with you. But please remember, it may not be, the whole reading may not be appropriate for your life. You must discern as to whether it is, and to whether what parts, as to whether what parts are appropriate for your life. All right. So I'm just going to call out the cards. In the center of the read, we have the Page of Swords. At the top of the read, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. At the bottom of the read, we've got the Moon card. On the right-hand side, we've got the King of Wands. On the left-hand side, we've got the Ace of Wands. Now, I'm speaking very fast simply because Spirit are coming in with a lot of information for you. So let's get into the juicy details. Basically, what I'm seeing is freedom. I'm seeing a level of Virgos asking for more freedom in their life. They want more joy, more pleasures. Now, how do you bring that into your life? Well, basically, true freedom, I'm going to get really profound on you and to some degree, is a vibration. It's an experience within your being. It's not, I must go here, I must go there, and now I'm free. No, it's a bit like the old cliche or the old stereotype of, that even if you're in, it's not a cliche or a stereotype really. Well, it can be used in that way, but yeah, it's like the analogy, let's say, of being in prison, but not, but being free. So you could be in actual prison, as a prisoner, but be feeling liberated because you found a sense of freedom within. Now, that's what Spirit are encouraging most people in general at this time, but they're definitely encouraging you, Virgo signs, because you're an earth sign, all right? You have quite a, you can often embody quite restrictive energies because you're very physical, and that physical energy can sometimes kind of expose itself as resistance within the body. Now, how do you get freedom? Does it mean that you shouldn't be so physical in order to get resistance? No, but they're saying you can somewhat inform your blueprint in regards to how you take yourself through your day, and integrate that to release certain resistances within your body. Now, let me expand on that, because what Spirit are saying basically is many of you kind of go in, into certain activities as an earth sign with this idea that I am strong and I can do this, and there's this sense of I, but very often it's a sense of I that is very kind of, I'm going to use the word shadow driven, which other people talk about the ego, but I just kind of frame, and it's not bad or good, it just is what it is. We're all made up of shadow and consciousness, but it's the aspect of you that you're trying to evolve out of. I'm not saying you're going to completely release all of it, but I'm saying it's a process. Life is a process of releasing certain energies that don't serve us. So there's an element of the I that is kind of shadow driven, but Spirit are asking you to get in touch with that conscious aspect, which negates the need for this I did this and I did that, because it kind of gets in your way and it divides you from the other. So what I mean by that is, I know this sounds really profound, Virgo, and yeah, I wasn't really expecting this either, to be honest, but that's what Spirit is saying. because it actually makes perfect, and not that I try to make sense of things, but it makes perfect sense, because I feel a lot of people are really, trying to quote unquote get spiritual at this day and age, and it's the only thing that's going to get you through this turbulent journey, because the energies are very turbulent. But what they're saying is, in order to get um, out of your own way, for this kind of more conscious sense of I that to come into play, is to kind of just acknowledge it. And what I mean by that is acknowledge that there's an aspect of you that is very self-centered, like I am doing this and this defines who I am, as opposed to I am doing this to connect with the liberated soul self within me that connects me to others. That's the energy that we all have in common, because the shadow self we don't have in common. We all have different aspects of shadow. They play out differently. They divide us. So it's, they're not going to give you the full, the full chapter, let's say, on how to liberate oneself from the shadow right here, right now. But they're just going to give you hints of tuning into that kind of spiritual self, that conscious self, which is the all-encompassing I, as opposed to the individuated I. And they're actually stopping me now. They're saying that's enough. That's all you need to go on, because I feel, this kind of research, this can become a research project for you, and it's going to take years. It's for many. It's not gonna come overnight. And Spirit are saying that's how it should be. Don't worry. There's no hurry. Life is a journey. As much as it can be really annoying, it is a journey. It's a process. But they're just giving you little hints of how to kind of release some of that resistance and connect with your being in a different way, because you are very physical Virgoans, yeah? And that goes for a lot of Capricornians and Taurians as well. You're all, all three earth signs. So, yeah, I'm not going to, or am I? Spirit? I was going to say I'm not going to go on with that, but maybe I am. Let's just see what Spirit have to say. No, they're saying that's enough for that kind of flavor, that little message of the read, that flavor of the read, that is what I mean. Yeah, that, because this read is full of different flavors, but that was that flavor. There's a little adjective used slightly differently for you. But what else? What other flavors do we have for this read? Spirit. They're poking me now. They're saying, they're basically saying, don't take yourself too seriously. That's kind of why they're poking me, kind of almost like, don't take yourself too seriously, because life is already can be quite serious as it is. They're not saying to be childish, but somewhat childlike. There's a difference. Yeah, childlike is more of a sense of almost tapping into the liberation that we were speaking about earlier. There's a sense of an open approach to life, not childish, okay, but childlike. I'll allow you to disseminate that and let your soul speak to you on that one. But yeah, they're saying kind of embrace lightheartedness is probably the best way to frame it. Be a bit more lighthearted, okay? And don't forget, not all children are the same. Some children can be very heavy-hearted, but they're asking you to embrace the archetype of a light-hearted child in regards to yourself and how you see yourself, because we often take ourselves too seriously. And we often want to, be at the 10-meter line when we're still haven't figured out the 1-meter line of the race, so to speak, okay, as an analogy. Because right now I'm being drawn to the moon card, okay? I'm now really looking at the cards, because actually, so far, the messages have just been coming in, from Spirit, without even really focusing on the cards too much. But now I'm being drawn to the moon card at the bottom of your read, which is, I'm focused on the little scorpion at the bottom, kind of emerging out of the water. And this is you, Virgo. I feel you're entering a new phase of your life, actually. Yeah, and I mean, we're always going through different chapters, and sometimes it's like, when do I bookend one chapter from the other? Well, you don't have to. You don't have to. But you might sense that you're going through a bit of a level up, let's say, and you're entering a different phase, is what I'm seeing, because it's also framed by the moon. The moon can often represent different phases of life. And I feel you're entering a new phase of your life, especially around the 17th, 18th of July from then on, because the nodes are changing. And this is going to be relevant for pretty much everybody. Okay? The North Node is shifting signs from Taurus into Aries, so from an earth sign into a fire sign, right? So actually this may serve you well Virgoans, because having the North Node in a Earth sign can bring some quite heavy energies, but actually because it's moving into a fire sign, it will bring out some other stuff, some slightly well, I'm not going to say unfortunately, but somewhat unfortunately, some a bit more aggression in the macrocosm. All right, among other things, there'll be a lot of kind of determination because it's Aries. The North Node is moving into Aries, the South Node is moving into Libra. So Libra will offer a bit of balance, but the Aries is somewhat dominant as for the macrocosm. So you may see an increase in war. Not to scare you, I know I'm flitting about in your read at the moment, but just give you a bit of a heads up. You may see an increase in war, some climaxes and some big moves, aggression, civil unrest in globally. So I'm just letting you know, not to scare you, just to make you aware, because the more people that are aware of such things, it can kind of allow you to tune into hopefully it can encourage you to tune into your heart in a more profound way, to then find how you can maybe somewhat alleviate some of the aggression and suffering and all there is, all of that stuff that's out there, in your own small way, because every penny makes a pound, yeah, or every cent makes a dollar. It's all, we're all part of the whole. Okay. We're all co-creators. Yeah. So I just wanted to give you the heads up on that. And the reason why I'm speaking about that, because I was talking about the North Node shifting and you entering a new chapter from the 17th, 18th of July. I mean, just to give you some insight, 19 years ago, which was when this placement took place before, there was not to scare you again, there was a huge tsunami and it wasn't just because of the North Node shifting. There were many other planetary arrangements taking place. There was a full moon in Cancer and all sorts of other things. But in 2004, December 26th, it was Boxing Day in England. Whoever celebrates Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, and it was but anyway, we're talking about Indonesia here, so forget Boxing Day for now. But it was the 26th of December 2004 when the nodes, pretty much on the day when the node shifted, there was a huge tsunami, one of the biggest in Sumatra in Indonesia. All right, so yeah, that was pretty intense, and that was a Cancer full moon. Actually, this time it's going to be a Cancer new moon, and the nodes are shifting from Taurus into from the North Node is shifting from Taurus into Aries. So I'm not saying it's going to be a repeat, and I'm not saying it brings bad things, because it also brings beautiful awakenings. It can bring. That's actually when I had my huge quote unquote Kundalini announcement. I'm not going to call it Kundalini awakening, because the Kundalini is always awake, otherwise we couldn't be in physical manifestation, but I won't go into that now. But I had it's when I became conscious of my conscious self. It's when I became conscious of my multi-dimensional existence, let's say, and I had a huge awakening, and it was around that same time. And I have a Libra rising, so this kind of cycle really affects me. And I'm a Cancer sun. Anyway, I'm not going to go into it too much. It's not about me. I'm just letting you know they can have these shifts, these nodal shifts can have huge impacts. Okay, or they can reflect. Not that they have huge impacts. They can reflect huge changes and mirror the earthly realm in regards to huge changes. And I'm even seeing finances just, being really impacted in a big way. I'm not going to say positively or negatively. I'm just going to say impacted in a big way. The financial infrastructure, if you like, okay? Just to give you a little hint of stuff to come, yeah. But definitely, meaning don't be surprised if there's a rise in aggression globally, okay? So just... connect with your spiritual self, which is what everybody's kind of... I mean, I'm even seeing just traditional meditation for you, just sitting quietly, for like every other day for like 5-10 minutes, switching everything off and just sitting with yourself. You don't have to, just sitting, okay, and just being. All right, so that was kind of inspired by that last few minutes was inspired by the moon card somewhat, but I'm actually being drawn to the 7 of Pentacles at the top, because they're asking me to really focus your energy on money, because many of you are still focused on money. And I think this reading, I said this for Virgo a couple of months ago about money, and I was kind of reassuring that Spirit was saying you're okay with money, and they're still doubling down on that. It's not a long message about money, but they're saying you're fine. A lot of your fears are projected into the future. You're like thinking so far ahead about where your money is and where it's going to be. But actually, the world is shifting in such a profound and somewhat unreadable way to some degree at the moment. When I say unreadable, it's not completely unreadable, otherwise I wouldn't be sat here doing this reading. But I mean, for those that aren't in tune, it is somewhat unreadable, so it's like, what's coming? And even me as a reader, I don't need to see everything that's coming in every moment to moment. Spirit don't show me that. They say just be here now and just live, and whatever you need in order to grow will present itself. Okay, so they're saying that includes money, Virgoans. So let go as much as you can. Just let go of your fear of not having. All right, and then they're also saying don't get in, don't worry about all this. I mean, it's your choice, but all this abundance, I must have abundance and I must save for the future, for the future, for the future. Because often this idea of the future, then, you're always living in the future to some degree. All right. But anyway, it's okay to plan for the future. It is. I'm not saying it's not, but at the same, because the future does exist, contrary to popular belief. Other people, many people say, oh, just be here now, be here now. Yes, it is be here now, but it doesn't mean the future is not coming, because it is. All right, but I won't go into my whole metaphysical, quote unquote, teachings of the now and the future and the past and all that stuff. Anyway, I think you get the drift. Relax in regards to money, because they're saying actually you have more focuses. On the left-hand side of the screen, you can see the Ace of Wands. And what that is really tuning into your multi-dimensional self and how that's all integrated. And the Wands I often see as a body card. It's a card of the body. Yeah, when I see wood in a read, like wands, because you're sandwiched. The page in the middle is the Page of Swords, is sandwiched by two wand cards. You've got the King of Wands on the right hand side, and yes, I know I'm speaking fast, but it's intentional. The read is coming out super fast and I'm actually enjoying it. So the King of Wands is, so hang in there and keep up if you can. The King of Wands on the right hand side is a Wands card, and the Ace of Wands on the left hand side is a Wands card. And I feel that they're asking you to be strong in body, strong in mind. And again, remember I spoke about resistance at the beginning. When I say strong, I don't mean you need to think I need to be strong and it's me. No, tap into a certain aspect of that kind of, that, like I said, that soul strength, that conscious strength when you're going about your daily activities, whatever that may be. Okay, and again, this may require some research for many of you. Okay, and your soul may have your soul does have the answer. Sometimes it may take you to a book, it may take you to a person, it may take you to a piece of music, it may take to some lyrics, it may take you to just go and view a toad in a forest, and you may get some answers from the toad. There are answers everywhere. All right, your journey is your journey. All right. Yeah. Wow, that was a read. It's funny, I'm seeing some of you, I'm not promoting psychedelics, but I'm seeing some of you getting into some psychedelic stuff. Actually, the funny thing is, I think it was Australia that an article popped up in my news feed recently about Australia. They're kind of legalizing some psychedelics for medicinal purposes. But anyway, so that just came as an image because it's coming in your read. I feel some of you may be, I don't know, exploring some psychedelic journeys or something. But yeah, so that was quite a specific read. I don't know who that resonates for, but you'll know who you are. Okay, I feel some of you may be interested because I'm seeing ayahuasca, but I'm not seeing someone doing ayahuasca. They're just using that as as a symbol for psychedelics, or as an umbrella for a psychedelic journey that someone may be researching. Yeah, I'm seeing someone researching kind of psychedelic stuff. But be careful, be exercise some prudence when you do that, because it's a bit like astrology. Sometimes for me, I'm so passionate about astrology, and people who know me may think that, I'm bound to how the astrology works and all that, but I'm really not. I just love it. It's just one of my loves. But at the same time, all I do is I use it as a mirror. You know, it's just a mirror. It's just, okay, things are happening on Earth and this is what's happening in the skies. And yeah, wow, there's a beautiful synchronicity. That's all, you know, but I do love astrology, you know. So, and the reason why I'm bringing that up is because it's not the astrology that the planets that are doing something directly to us. That's not how I see it. Likewise, when you have psychedelics, there's something else going on very often. Sometimes we need to go down certain journeys and certain roads to maybe explore psychedelics and take certain things. It's not that you don't need to do the embrace. You may need to embrace the actual physical psychedelic to get somewhere within yourself. But in truth, it's not actually the psychedelic that's doing it to you. It's almost like an unlocking process. You're unlocking some kind of something that's already within you and releasing something that's already within you. So you may be unlocking some wisdom within you and releasing some shadow aspects of yourself through a psychedelic journey. But it's not the actual psychedelic, regardless of what it is, that's doing it to you. I'm not going to go any further with that because it's quite deep and profound what I'm speaking on. But I just wanted to give you that, just in case some of you can, you know, some people might feel that, you know, they may overindulge, let's say. So I'm just trust your heart as to how you approach that. Okay. Wow. Yeah. And actually, on that note, I must full disclaimer: you know, to adhere to YouTube's guidelines, which I respect. This reading is for entertainment purposes only. Even though I do truly believe in my spirit guides and I do believe in consciousness, and I know it's true 100%. I'm not here as a medical practitioner or a medical professional in any regards. Okay? Just disclaimer, just to, cover my back. You're on your own there. You need to make your own decisions for what you do in regards to psychedelics and all that stuff and your own, you know, healing journey. Oh, wow. My mouth is working a mile a minute. Anything else, Spirit, that we have to say for Virgo sun signs at this moment in time? Yeah, some of you are maybe looking into spirituality as a whole, and maybe looking into certain practices that you may want to embrace. And what they're saying is just trust your heart. You know, just trust your heart to guide you to things that you may want to try, because you can always put them down. You know, you may want to embrace something and then think, that's not for me, and I'm going to put that down. It doesn't really resonate right now. Maybe it might resonate with you later on in life, you know. But they're saying keep your mind open to some degree, you know, and keep your heart open, more importantly, Virgos, okay? Which you're very good at doing, actually. You know, you're very good at keeping your heart open in that regards and just trying new things. Yeah. What else do we have for Virgo sun signs? Ooh, I'm seeing a female energy right now. An actual female, a woman, you know. No disrespect to the whole debates that are going on about women. I'm just saying, I'm just bringing through what the spirit is saying. I'm just seeing a woman, you know, let's say quote unquote a biological woman. That's all I'm seeing right now. Okay, not that someone who isn't biologically a woman can't be a woman. I'm not saying yes or no to that right now. I'm not going to get into that. I'm just trying to bring a message through. Okay, they're saying it's to make it as clearly framed as possible. There's a biological woman who was born a woman and who subscribes to being a woman, that I'm seeing. And I'm seeing this person, it's a Virgo sun sign. I'm seeing this person powerlifting. Wow. Okay. And the image, I'm laughing not at the person, at the image. It's like whoa, it's like superhuman. Now they're actually saying go easy. They're saying go easy. So you're on the right track. So you'll understand this if this resonates with you. But they're saying go easy. Okay. Now again, you'll have to disseminate. I don't know what this message means right now. They're not showing me everything. They're just saying go easy. Okay. But you're on the right track. So that was quite a specific message. All right. It was just a little snippet. So again, no, they're saying don't repeat it. It's done. Okay. You're on the right track. All right. But go easy. All right. Anything else for Virgo sun signs before I wrap up? Because I feel this reading is coming to an end. They're drawing me to the Page of Swords in the middle of the read. And this actually is doubling down on kind of a new phase of life, because the page often bring new chapters. They're kind of the youthful energy of the zodiac. Not of the zodiac, of the tarot, sorry. Okay, they're like the young messengers. And it's almost like a young messenger saying, okay, new ideas coming into manifestation. New chapter, more so. Okay, a new phase of life, especially kind of somewhat triggered around this 17th, 18th of July phase. Yeah. Actually, they asked me to speak on this July 17th, 18th phase because there may even be some events, some noticeable events that really synchronize with this time, approximately between, July 16th all the way through to July 20th. Those few days, there may be some quite noticeable events that happen on a global scale. All right, but hey, I'm just the messenger. I'm just sharing. And they just wanted to share that with you. And I'm just going to leave the reading there for you, Virgo suns, give you something to mull over for the month. But as I said, I'm going to release these, which maybe I didn't say, but I did say that I'm sitting here in July doing the reading. But I think I did. But anyway, it's currently July 6th as I sit here doing the reading. And yeah, I think I did because I think I was talking about the Capricorn full moon that we've just come off of. And you may have felt that because you're an earth sign as well. But if I didn't say that, then I'm saying it now. We just came off the Capricorn full moon, all right, which was around July 2nd, July 3rd, which was an earth sign energy, Capricorn, and you're a Taurus. So yeah, you may feel a bit of a shift in your energy soon because that's what I was talking about. No, sorry, I was zoning out because I Spirit were trying to let me know as well. I mentioned the North Node's moving from Taurus, which is an earth sign, into Aries, so we're moving from an earth sign. It wasn't so much the full moon, it was an earth sign Taurus, which you're an earth sign Virgo, shifting on the 18th of July, approximately 17th, 18th July, the North Node into Aries, so moving from earth to fire. So you'll feel a bit of a shift around that time. They were just reminding me of that. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to cut off now before I go off into a whole tangent that I don't understand myself. All right, because I think I rambled towards the end, but you'll pick up what you need to. I'm going to leave it there, and please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Please trust your heart as to whether you feel drawn to do so, and like the video. Click the thumbs up so you can get notifications and all that stuff. Feel free to leave a little comment in the comment section if you feel drawn to do that. I don't know what that might look like, but we're all souls on this journey. Trust your heart as to whether it's appropriate for you. Otherwise, I appreciate your presence on the channel. Feel free to check out some of the other videos. Your support is appreciated, and your presence, as I said, is appreciated. Peace and love for the month of August. I will release this video sometime today, July 6th. So peace out. Virgo sun signs. Bye-bye.